My child, stop for a moment. Yes, you. Stop what you are doing and listen carefully to my voice. Do not rush past this moment. Do not treat these words as something ordinary or something meant for someone else. I am speaking to you right now, and this moment carries a weight that you cannot yet fully see. The noise of the world may still be around you. The distractions of your day may be pulling at your attention, but I ask you to pause and give me these few minutes. Heaven itself is watching this moment unfold. Your life has reached a point where what you hear now matters more than you realize. There is movement in the spiritual realm that you cannot see with your physical eyes, and it concerns you personally. I did not allow you to arrive here by accident. I called you here. I guided your steps to this exact moment because something important must be revealed to you before the next chapter of your life begins. Do not brush this aside or think that this is simply another message among many voices in the world. I know how easily people scroll past the things that could change them. I know how quickly attention moves from one thing to another. But this moment is different. I need your full attention because the message I bring is urgent, and it comes from my heart to yours. Something critical is unfolding in the unseen realm, and you must hear what heaven is saying before you move forward. I am not trying to frighten you. I am calling you into awareness. There are moments in life when time seems to slow and the soul must listen. This is one of those moments. I am asking you to stop and hear me because what I am about to speak will help you understand what has been happening in your life and what is about to happen next. My child, this message is not random. It was not written for the crowd or meant for a general audience. It is meant for you. Long before you arrived at this moment, I saw you. I knew the path you would walk today. I knew the thoughts that would pass through your mind and the burdens that would sit quietly on your heart. I saw the questions you carried, the prayers you whispered when no one else was listening, and the silent hopes you kept hidden deep within your soul. I heard you when you spoke to me in the quiet hours of the night. I saw the tears that fell when you felt alone. I watched the way you tried to stay strong even when your strength felt like it was fading. None of it escaped my sight. Every moment of your journey had been known to me. That is why you are here right now. I guided your steps here intentionally. You may think you simply found this message by chance, but there are no accidents in my plans. I lead my children in ways they do not always recognize at first. I open doors, shift paths, and arrange moments so that my voice reaches them exactly when they need it most. Today is one of those moments for you. Heaven had been aware of everything you have been facing. While you were walking through your struggles, my angels were moving around you, protecting you, guiding circumstances, and keeping you from dangers you never even knew existed. Even now, they are near. They have been sent with purpose, carrying the message I am giving you now. Listen carefully, because missing this moment could cause you to overlook a turning point that has been prepared for you. Some moments in life pass quietly, but others stand like crossroads where the direction of your future can change. You are standing in such a moment now. The choices you make in your heart, the way you respond to my voice, and the faith you choose to hold on to will shape what happens next. I do not say this to pressure you, but to awaken you. I want you to understand the importance of this moment so you will receive what heaven is trying to give you. There are only 8 minutes remaining in this spiritual moment of decision, and those minutes matter more than you know. Time in the world continues to move forward, but in the unseen realm there are moments when a window opens for clarity, for understanding, and for a shift in your life. You are standing in that window right now. Imagine yourself standing at a place where two paths meet. One path leads back toward the patterns of the past, toward the fears and doubts that have tried to hold you back. The other path leads toward the future I have prepared for you, toward healing, restoration, and the purpose that has been waiting patiently for you to step into it. Right now, you are standing at that intersection between your past and your destiny. I see both roads clearly, and I want to guide you toward the one that leads to life, peace, and purpose. But you must be willing to listen and trust my voice. Every decision you make in moments like this shapes the direction of the journey ahead. Even the quiet decisions inside your heart matter. When you choose faith over fear, trust over doubt, and obedience over hesitation, you step closer to the future I designed for you long before you were born. My child, I want you to understand something deeply. I have seen everything about your journey. I have seen the prayers you whispered when you were unsure if anyone was listening. I have seen the nights when you stared at the ceiling, wondering how things would turn out. I have seen the moments when you tried to smile for others while your heart felt heavy. I have watched you fight battles that no one else even knew existed. And every time you called my name, even in the quietest way, I heard you. Type, I will always choose you, Jesus, if your love for him only grows. Your tears have not been ignored. Your struggles have not been wasted. Your questions have not been dismissed. Everything you have been through has been seen by me, and every step has been part of a story that is still unfolding. When you felt alone, I was still beside you. When you wondered if I was silent, I was still working behind the scenes in ways you could not yet see. I was guiding your path, protecting your future, and preparing answers that would come at the right moment. This message you are hearing now is not simply information. It is heaven's response to the cries of your heart. It is my way of reaching into your present moment and reminding you that you are not forgotten, not overlooked, and not alone. You matter to me more than you realize. Your life carries purpose, and your story is still being written. That is why I asked you to stop what you were doing and listen. Because when heaven speaks, it is never without reason. So stay with me for these moments. Do not allow distraction to pull you away. Let your heart become still and open to what I am about to reveal to you. Something important is being set in motion for your life, and these words are the beginning of understanding it. Listen closely, my child, because what comes next will help you see your journey in a way you have never seen it before. My child, pause again and listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is not a small thing. This moment you are experiencing right now did not appear out of nowhere. I did not speak to you by chance, and I did not interrupt your day without purpose. I know where you were just a few moments ago. I saw what occupied your thoughts. I watched the rhythm of your routine as it carried you from one task to another. You believed this day would pass like so many others before it, filled with ordinary moments and familiar patterns. Yet suddenly you were drawn here, as if something gently but firmly guided your attention. You may not fully understand why, but your spirit sensed something important. A gentle pull was not coincidence. It was my hand guiding you. I interrupted your day because there are moments in life when heaven must step into the ordinary flow of time and speak clearly. You have been moving forward through your days carrying questions, hopes, and burdens, and you have asked me more than once to show you something, to give you direction, to send a sign that you are not walking alone. I heard those prayers, even the ones you whispered in exhaustion, the ones you spoke when your faith felt small and fragile. were heard by me. And when the time was right, I chose this moment to respond. Nothing about this moment is accidental. From your perspective, it may seem like a simple interruption. But from my perspective, it is the unfolding of a plan that began long before you ever realized it. Long before today arrived, I knew the exact second when you would hear these words. I knew the state of your heart, the struggles you would carry, and the questions you would ask. Heaven had been aware of your journey every step of the way. Even when you believed your life was moving quietly without notice, you were never outside of my sight. I orchestrated this moment with precision. Think of it as threads being woven together across time. Every experience you have had, every lesson you have learned, every disappointment that made you stronger, and every prayer that lifted your eyes upward has brought you closer to this moment of clarity. You could not see the pattern forming, but I saw it clearly. I arranged circumstances so that your heart would be ready to hear what I am about to reveal. Do not underestimate the power of divine timing. There are moments when I allow events to unfold slowly, and there are moments when I step in suddenly and shift the direction of someone's life with a single word. You are standing inside one of those moments right now. Your spirit may feel it already, that quiet sense that something meaningful is happening even if you cannot yet explain it. That awareness rising within you is the beginning of understanding. My child, heaven has not been silent regarding your life. My angels have been moving around you more often than you realize. They have protected you from dangers that never reached your awareness. They have stood beside you when your strength was fading. They have guided events quietly so that certain doors would close and others would remain open. You may have wondered why certain paths in your life did not work out the way you expected. At times you may have felt disappointment or confusion. But what you did not see was that heaven was already intervening. Please support our channel. Our goal is to bring peace, joy, and devotion to God into your life. If you wish to encourage our work, you can kindly show your support by donating through Super Thanks. Even now, angels have been dispatched with purpose concerning you. They carry not only protection but messages of direction and confirmation. They are witnesses to this moment, just as heaven itself watches over you with attention and care. You are not just another life moving unnoticed through the world. You are my child, and your story matters deeply in my eyes. I know that there were times when you asked me for a sign. Perhaps you spoke those words in prayer, asking me to guide you if you were on the right path. Perhaps you asked quietly in your heart, wondering if I was still near, if I still cared, if I still had a plan for your life. Maybe you asked during moments of uncertainty when decisions felt overwhelming. You wanted reassurance that your journey was not meaningless. My child, this moment is that sign. I am answering you now in a way that reaches your heart. This message did not appear randomly. It was arranged because your soul needed confirmation, awakening, and direction. I wanted you to know that I am still watching over you, still guiding your life, and still preparing things that you cannot yet see. When you asked me for a sign, you were not ignored. Your request remained before me until the moment arrived when your heart was ready to hear the answer. But listen carefully to what I am about to say next. Moments like this carry opportunity, and opportunity requires attention. If someone receives a message from heaven but treats it lightly or ignores it, they may miss what was meant to guide them forward. I do not force my children to listen, and I do not control their choices. I speak, I invite, and I reveal, but it is up to the human heart to respond. If you allow distraction to pull you away from what I am saying, you may overlook a divine opportunity that was meant to change your understanding and strengthen your faith. I am not saying this to create fear. I am saying it because awareness opens the door to transformation. When you recognize the significance of a moment, you give your heart permission to receive what heaven is offering. Right now, curiosity may be rising inside you. Part of you may be wondering why I chose this exact moment. Another part of you may feel a sudden stillness in your spirit, as if the noise of your day has faded and something deeper is speaking to you. That feeling is not imagination. It is your soul becoming aware that heaven has stepped into your day. You feel that sense of pause, that gentle stillness that settles when truth begins to touch the heart. That is the beginning of spiritual awareness. It is the moment when a person realizes that life is more than routines and responsibilities. It is the moment when the soul remembers that it is connected to something eternal. I want you to remain in that awareness for a moment. Let your mind slow down and allow your spirit to listen. I am not rushing you. I am inviting you to recognize that this moment carries meaning beyond what your eyes can see. You may have been moving through your day unaware that heaven had already arranged an appointment with you. Yet here you are now, hearing my voice speaking directly into your life. That is not small. That is not ordinary. It is a reminder that you are known, seen, and cared for. Your journey is not random. Your steps are not unnoticed. And your future is not abandoned to chance. I have been guiding you even when you could not see my hand. So remain here for a little while longer. Let curiosity open your heart. Let awareness awaken your spirit, and allow the truth of this moment to settle deeply within you. Because what I interrupted your day to reveal is only the beginning. Something greater is unfolding in your life, and the understanding of it starts right here, in this very moment when heaven chose to speak and you chose to listen. My beloved child, come closer in your heart and listen with quiet attention, because I want to speak to the deepest places within you. I know your journey in ways that no human ever could. I have watched every step you have taken, every moment when you felt strong, and every moment when you felt like you were barely holding yourself together. Nothing about your life has been hidden from my sight. Before you even understood what was happening in your own heart, I was already there, observing, caring, and holding you through every part of the path you have walked. There were nights when sleep would not come easily to you. Your body was tired, yet your mind would not rest. Thoughts moved through your mind like waves that would not grow quiet. You wondered about the future. You replayed conversations in your head. You asked yourself questions you did not know how to answer. At times you lay there staring into the darkness, feeling the weight of things that no one around you fully understood. Those moments did not escape me. While the world slept and silence filled your room, I was there beside you, aware of every thought that passed through your mind and every concern that pressed upon your heart. My child, I remember the tears you tried to hide. There were times when you smiled for others, presenting strength on the outside, yet inside your heart was quietly hurting. Perhaps you stepped away from people so no one would see the emotion in your eyes. Perhaps you wiped away tears quickly, hoping no one would notice. But I noticed. Every tear that fell from your eyes was seen by me. Every silent cry that rose from your heart reached me. You may have believed that no one understood your pain, but you were never alone in those moments. I was there, closer than you realized, holding your heart even when it felt broken. There were also prayers you spoke that seemed to echo into silence. You called out to me with questions, asking for answers that did not come as quickly as you hoped. You prayed for change, for direction, for healing, and sometimes the days passed without the clear response you were expecting. That silence may have confused you. It may have made you wonder if your words had reached heaven at all. But my child, every prayer you ever spoke was heard. None of them were lost. None of them were ignored. Your voice reached me every time you called my name, even when your faith felt small or uncertain. What you could not see in those moments was the work that was happening beyond your understanding. I was not distant. I was not indifferent. I was carefully shaping your life in ways that required patience and preparation. Some answers needed time. Some blessings required growth within you before they could arrive. I knew the full picture of your journey, while you could only see the small piece directly in front of you. My beloved child, I want you to understand something that may change the way you see your past. None of the pain you endured was wasted. Every challenge, every disappointment, every moment that made you question your strength had a purpose within my plan for your life. Even when something felt unfair or confusing, I was still working quietly behind the scenes. Think about the strength that grew inside you during those difficult seasons. There were moments when you believed you might not make it through what you were facing. Yet somehow you continued moving forward. You learned patience when answers were delayed. You discovered resilience when situations tested your limits. You learned compassion because you understood what it felt like to hurt. These qualities did not appear by accident. They were formed within you through the very experiences you thought might break you. Comment, you are holy and forever worthy if His greatness fills your worship. Your suffering refined your faith in ways you could not have imagined at the time. Faith is not something that grows easily when everything is comfortable. It becomes stronger when it is tested. When circumstances challenged you, when life did not go as planned, you had a choice to make inside your heart. You could allow bitterness or despair to take root, or you could continue reaching toward me even when you did not fully understand what was happening. And many times, my child, you chose to keep reaching for me. Even when your prayers felt uncertain, you still prayed. Even when you felt tired, you still hoped that better days might come. Even when doubt tried to whisper in your mind, there was still a small part of your spirit that believed I had not forgotten you. That small flame of faith mattered more than you realize. I saw it every time it flickered within you. Each trial you faced shaped your heart in ways that prepared you for the future I have planned for you. There are lessons that can only be learned through experience. There are strengths that can only develop through endurance. The seasons that felt difficult were not meant to destroy you. They were shaping you into someone capable of carrying greater purpose. My child, I know there were moments when you asked yourself why life had to be so hard. You wondered if you had done something wrong or if you had somehow missed the path you were meant to follow. Those questions were born from the pain you were feeling, but the truth is far greater than the fear those thoughts created. You were not abandoned. You were being prepared. Preparation often happens quietly and slowly, without dramatic signs. It happens through daily struggles that build character. It happens through lessons that shape the heart and strengthen the spirit. While you were simply trying to survive difficult seasons, I was shaping you into someone ready to step into something greater. You may not yet see the full picture of where your life is leading, but I see it clearly. I know the doors that will open in front of you. I know the people whose lives will be touched by your presence. I know the strength within you that will help you stand firm when others feel weak. And every step of your past has been guiding you toward that future. When I look at you, I do not only see the struggles you endured, I see the courage you showed in continuing to move forward. I see the compassion growing in your heart because of what you have experienced. I see a spirit that refused to give up even when circumstances felt overwhelming. You may have thought you were simply surviving difficult days, but in my eyes you were becoming stronger. The storms you faced did not erase your purpose. They revealed the depth of your resilience and the strength of your heart. My beloved child, I want you to feel the comfort of knowing that your journey has been seen and valued. Nothing about your story has been meaningless. Every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered, and every sleepless night you endured has been part of a larger design that is still unfolding. You are not the same person you were before those struggles began. Your heart has grown deeper. Your understanding of life has become richer. Your ability to empathize with others has become stronger. These qualities are precious, and they will serve a purpose in ways you have not yet discovered. I am proud of the strength you have shown. I am proud of the faith you carried even when it felt fragile. And I want you to know that the season you have walked through was never meant to be the final chapter of your story. Something greater has been forming through every experience you have endured. Every challenge was shaping you for what lies ahead. And now, as you listen to my voice in this moment, I want you to begin seeing your past through new eyes. Not as a collection of pain and disappointment, but as a journey that refined your heart and prepared you for the next step in the life I am guiding you toward. You are not broken by what you have endured. You are strengthened by it. And the story that continues to unfold in your life is one filled with purpose, hope, and possibilities that are closer than you realize. My beloved child, there is something about your journey that you have only seen from one side. You have seen the struggles, the confusion, the moments when everything seemed to press against you at once. You have seen the nights when your heart felt tired and the days when your strength seemed to fade faster than you expected. From your perspective, it looked like life was simply difficult, like circumstances kept rising against you one after another. But what you could not see with your physical eyes was the deeper reality unfolding around you. Behind the events of your life, beyond the visible world, there has been a spiritual battle taking place, one that concerned your heart, your faith, and the destiny I placed within you. While you were walking through your challenges, forces were moving in the unseen realm. The enemy recognized something about you long before you fully understood it yourself. The purpose placed within you, the light of faith within your spirit, and the future that I prepared for you made you a target of opposition. The enemy could not steal the love I placed over your life, but he could attempt to discourage you, confuse you, and delay your progress. So he began to work quietly in ways that often felt like ordinary difficulties from your perspective. There were moments when doubt suddenly crept into your thoughts. Questions appeared in your mind, whispering that perhaps your faith was pointless or that your prayers were unheard. Those whispers were not always your own thoughts. They were attempts to weaken your confidence in me. The enemy knows that faith is powerful, and if he can shake it, even slightly, he believes he can slow down the path of the one who carries it. There were also times when hope seemed to grow dim. Situations unfolded in ways that made you wonder if anything would truly change. Disappointments appeared at the very moment you were expecting progress. Doors closed when you thought they might open. Those moments were not random. The enemy hoped that repeated discouragement would make you stop believing that better things were ahead. He hoped that your heart would become tired of hoping. And there were seasons when delays surrounded you. Plans that you thought would move quickly seemed to stall. Opportunities appeared but then faded. You waited longer than you expected for answers and clarity. Those delays were not always simply circumstances of life. In many cases, they were part of a struggle in the unseen realm where opposing forces tried to slow down the unfolding of your destiny. But listen carefully to what I am telling you now, my child, because this is the truth that must settle deeply into your heart. Even while those battles were happening, you were never alone, and you were never unprotected. Every attempt to destroy your faith meant the strength of my presence surrounding you. When doubt tried to take root in your mind, I placed reminders in your path, moments of encouragement, words from others, quiet reminders in your spirit to keep your faith alive. Even when your belief felt fragile, I sustained it. The enemy tried to extinguish the small flame within you, but I protected it so it would continue burning. When hope felt weak, I quietly placed signs of my care around you. Sometimes they appeared through people who spoke kindness into your life. Sometimes they appeared through unexpected opportunities or simple moments of peace that reminded you that life still held beauty. These moments were not accidental. They were gifts placed in your path so your heart would remember that hope still existed. And when delays tried to discourage you, I was working in ways you could not yet see. Not every delay was meant to harm you. Some delays were necessary to protect you from stepping into situations before the right time. Some were part of my preparation, ensuring that the path ahead would unfold correctly. While the enemy tried to use delay to weaken your spirit, I used that same time to strengthen you and align the events of your future. My beloved child, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Think about the times when you narrowly avoided a problem or when something unexpected changed your plans in a way that seemed frustrating at first but later protected you from something worse. Think about the moments when you felt an unexplainable peace even while life around you felt uncertain. Those were not coincidences. During many of those moments, my angels were standing guard around you. There were times when danger approached but never reached you. There were moments when harmful words or actions meant to damage your spirit were stopped before they could take full effect. You did not see those interventions, but they happened. My angels were present, protecting you from forces that wanted to bring harm to your life and your faith. Even in the quiet moments of your life, heaven was not inactive. Angels moved where you could not see them. They stood beside you in situations where discouragement might have overwhelmed you. They guided circumstances so that certain paths closed while others opened. Their presence around you has been far more constant than you realize. The enemy believed that if he surrounded you with enough pressure, you would eventually give up. He believed that repeated challenges would cause your heart to lose faith and your spirit to become weary. But he underestimated something important about you. He underestimated the strength that my love placed inside your soul. Every time you continued moving forward, even when it felt difficult, you proved that the enemy's plans could not control your story. Every time you chose to hope again after disappointment, you weakened the grip of despair. Every time you prayed again after feeling uncertain, you strengthened your connection with me. Your perseverance was not unnoticed in heaven. Every step you took through those struggles was witnessed. Every moment you chose not to surrender to bitterness or hopelessness was a quiet victory in the spiritual battle surrounding your life. My child, when you begin to understand this truth, something powerful awakens inside your heart. You start to realize that your survival through those difficult seasons was not simply luck or coincidence. It was protection. It was guidance. It was my presence surrounding you even when you could not see it clearly. And when you recognize that protection, gratitude begins to rise naturally within your spirit. Gratitude for the dangers you never encounter. Gratitude for the moments when strength appeared just when you thought you had none left. Gratitude for the quiet ways heaven watched over you while you walked through the storms of life. Right, you are the anchor when waves rise if He's held you through chaos. And share this video. My child, talk to me right now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel more ready. Not when your schedule clears. Right now. The clock is ticking, and this moment will not wait for you. I am not speaking in fear. I am speaking in truth. Time does not pause for hesitation. Opportunities do not remain open forever. You have delayed before. You have said, I will pray later. I will surrender later. I will obey when things settle. But I tell you gently and firmly, this is not a later moment. This is a now moment. Feel the urgency in my voice, not as pressure, but as love that refuses to let you miss what I am offering. I am calling you because something is moving in the unseen. The atmosphere around your life is shifting. A door stands open in front of you, but it will not remain open forever. I am calling you urgently because time is moving faster than you realize. You think you have endless chances. You think the same opportunity will circle back again and again. But some doors are seasonal. Some invitations are sacred. And when they close, they do not reopen the same way. My child, if you are seeing this right now, it is not by accident. I arranged this exact second for you to hear my voice. I saw this moment before you did. I knew the day, the hour, the minute your heart would be stirred enough to listen. I orchestrated the pause in your routine. I allowed the interruption. I brought you here intentionally. Do not dismiss this as coincidence. I do not operate in coincidence. I operate in purpose. You asked me for clarity. You asked me for direction. You asked me for a sign. And now that I am speaking, you must decide how you will respond. Do not scroll past this. Do not treat it lightly. Do not allow distraction to steal what I am placing in front of you. What you decide in the next moments will shape the next season of your life. This is not exaggeration. This is spiritual reality. The smallest yes can unlock the biggest shift. The smallest delay can extend the longest wait. Time is running out fast, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. I do not want you asleep when your blessing is knocking. I do not want you distracted when your breakthrough is near. I do not want you hesitant when your healing is within reach. There is a window open right now. A window of grace. A window of movement. A window of divine favor. But windows close when ignored. You have stood at open doors before and hesitated. You have felt my nudge before and postponed your obedience. You have sensed conviction before and said, I will deal with this later. And later became longer than you expected. I am not reminding you to shame you. I am reminding you because I love you. I do not want regret to teach you what obedience could have unlocked. You prayed for a sign. This is it. But signs require response. They are not decoration. They are invitation. Speak to me. Open your heart. The door is still open, but not forever. I am not threatening you. I am awakening you. There is a difference. The threat seeks to control. Awakening seeks to prepare. I am preparing you because the next step requires your participation. Talk to me now. Not with polished words, not with rehearsed prayers. Just speak honestly. Tell me what you have been avoiding. Tell me what you have been afraid to surrender. Tell me where you feel stuck. I already know, but I want your willingness. I want your agreement. I want your surrender. The clock is ticking because your season is shifting. The old patterns are expiring. The grace for delay is thinning. The opportunity for change is standing in front of you, waiting for your yes. Do not assume it will wait forever. Do not assume tomorrow will feel the same as today. Every day carries its own measure of grace, and today's grace is calling you. The door I have opened will not remain open forever. It is open right now because your heart is soft enough to hear me. It is open right now because your circumstances are aligning. It is open right now because heaven has made space for your movement. But if you turn away, if you ignore, if you delay again, the moment will pass, and you will find yourself asking why things feel heavy again. Type I choose you first, Jesus, if you're done with anything less than His love. My child, do not miss this. Do not minimize this. I am not speaking casually. I am speaking because your future is pressing against the present. There are blessings waiting on the other side of obedience. There is peace waiting on the other side of surrender. There is clarity waiting on the other side of confession. But you must move. Do not scroll past this. Do not silence the stirring in your chest. That stirring is my spirit knocking. That discomfort is conviction calling. That urgency is love reaching for you before the door closes. Time is running out fast, not because I desire to rush you, but because life moves quickly. Days turn into months. Months turn into years. And I do not want you waking up in regret, wishing you had responded when the invitation was clear. I am giving you this moment as mercy. I am giving you this call as protection. Respond to me now, even if your voice trembles, even if your faith feels small, even if you do not know what the full picture looks like. Just respond. A simple yes opens more than you understand. A simple prayer shifts more than you see. A simple act of obedience aligns more than you imagine. The door is still open. Can you sense it? The air feels different when a door is open. There is movement. There is possibility. There is fresh space waiting to be entered. But open doors are not permanent. They are invitations to step through. You are not here by accident. You are not hearing this randomly. I arranged this exact second because your heart is standing at a crossroads. Continue as you have, or step into something new. Delay again, or respond now. Stay comfortable or surrender fully. My child, talk to me right now. The clock is ticking. The door will not stay open forever. Time is moving, but grace is still present. Do not let this opportunity close. Do not assume another will feel the same. Speak to me. Open your heart. Say yes while the invitation is still extended. I am waiting for your response. My child, talk to me now. Do not let this moment drift past you as if it were ordinary. This is not ordinary. This is not casual. This is not just another message crossing your path. This is a divine interruption. I am stepping into your present with urgency because something critical is unfolding around you, and you cannot afford to be passive. You cannot afford to simply listen and move on. This moment requires response. Feel the seriousness in my voice. I am not speaking loudly to frighten you. I am speaking clearly to awaken you. There are moments in life that are gentle and gradual, and then there are moments that are turning points. You are standing in a turning point. You may not see the full picture yet. You may not understand why your spirit feels stirred. But I see what is ahead. I see the crossroads. I see the decisions forming. And I will not allow you to step forward without calling your attention first. This moment was appointed. It was marked. It was known before you ever reached it. I do not interrupt without reason. I do not press urgency without purpose. Heaven is initiating contact because the next step in your life is close. Very close. And your response now will determine how that step unfolds. This cannot be delayed. Not because I am impatient, but because timing matters. You have delayed before. You have felt conviction and silenced it. You have sensed my nudge and postponed it. You have said, I will pray later. I will change later. I will surrender when things calm down. But I tell you with love and firmness, later is not promised the same grace as now. There are windows that open for a reason. There are seasons that shift when the time is right. And when the moment arrives, hesitation can cost you more than you realize. Talk to me now. Not in your head while you plan your next distraction. Not while half listening and half doubting. Fully. Intentionally. This is not about information. This is about alignment. It is not enough to hear my voice. You must answer it. There is a critical turning point approaching. It may look like a conversation. It may look like an opportunity. It may look like a decision you have been avoiding. But it is near. And your heart must be aligned before it arrives. That is why I am speaking with urgency. That is why your chest feels tight with awareness. That is why your mind keeps returning to these words. This is a divine interruption. I am interrupting your routine so that your destiny is not interrupted later. I am interrupting your comfort so that your calling is not delayed again. I am interrupting your distraction because what is forming in the unseen cannot wait for your convenience. Do not treat this as passive listening. Passive listening changes nothing. Agreement changes things. Obedience changes things. Surrender changes things. You cannot remain neutral in moments like this. Neutrality keeps you where you are. Response moves you forward. My child, I am not asking for perfection. I'm asking for honesty. Speak to me about the fear you have been hiding. Speak to me about the decision you have been avoiding. Speak to me about the relationship you know needs to change. Speak to me about the habit that is holding you back. You already know what I am referring to. That is why your heart feels exposed right now. Please support our channel. Our work is dedicated to bringing happiness into your life and helping you grow in devotion to God. If you wish to support us, you can donate through Super Thanks. I am not exposing you to shame you. I am exposing what is hidden so that it does not sabotage your next season. The turning point ahead requires clarity. It requires courage. It requires freedom from what has quietly chained you. If you walk into it unchanged, you will struggle. If you respond now, you will step into it prepared. Heaven is initiating this contact because you matter too much to be left unaware. I see the pressure building around you. I see the subtle shifts in your circumstances. I see the decision forming in front of you. And I am not silent about it. I am calling you before it fully arrives. This moment cannot be delayed because your heart is open enough right now to hear me. Do not assume it will feel this clear tomorrow. Do not assume the same conviction will remain as strong. When I stir you like this, it is because grace is present for action. Talk to me now. Even if your voice trembles, even if your words feel simple, say, Lord, I hear you. Say, Lord, help me respond. Say, Lord, I surrender this. Do not overcomplicate it. Obedience is often simple but powerful. You are not here by accident. You are not reading these words randomly. I arranged this moment because delay has followed you long enough. You have circled the same mountain more than once. You have faced the same lesson more than once. I do not want you repeating what you have already outgrown. This is a decisive moment. The urgency you feel is not pressure from me to control you. It is love refusing to let you miss your timing. I would rather disturb your comfort than watch you lose your opportunity. My child, you cannot sleep through this one. You cannot scroll past this one. You cannot treat this as background noise. The next season of your life is pressing against this very moment. What you do now echoes forward. The clock is ticking because life moves. Seasons change. Doors open and close. But grace is here right now. Clarity is here right now. Conviction is here right now. That is why I am saying, talk to me now. Do not simply feel moved and then move on. That is how opportunities close quietly. That is how seasons extend unnecessarily. That is how regret begins. I am calling you because I want alignment, not emotion. I want response, not reaction. You are standing at a spiritual threshold. It may not look dramatic outwardly, but inwardly it is significant. The way you answer me in this moment will shape the peace you carry into what is next. Heaven has leaned close. I am speaking directly. This is not distant. This is not vague. This is personal. Talk to me now. Not later. Not when it feels easier. Not when it feels convenient. Now. Because this moment was appointed. Because the turning point is near. Because delay is no longer safe. Because I love you too much to let you miss it. Respond. My child, when I tell you that the clock is ticking, I am not speaking about the end of your life. I am not trying to frighten you with thoughts of death or disaster. I am speaking about divine timing. I am speaking about seasons that do not last forever. I am speaking about windows that open for a purpose and close when their time has passed. Time is not your enemy, but it is not endless either. There is a rhythm to my plans. There is an appointed hour for movement. And when that hour arrives, hesitation can shift your alignment. You must understand this clearly. Every season carries a specific grace. There is grace to prepare. There is grace to wait. There is grace to build quietly. But there is also grace to act. When the grace to act arrives, it will not wait forever for you to feel comfortable. It will not stretch endlessly to accommodate your fear. The clock is ticking because the season of response has begun. You have lived through seasons of delay. You have walked through times when nothing seemed to move. In those moments, you learn patience. In those moments, you were strengthened. But now you are not in a waiting season in the same way. You are standing in a response season. And response seasons are time sensitive. They require witness. They require courage. They require movement when I call. When I say time is running out, I am saying the window is open now. It will not remain open in the same way tomorrow. Opportunities are not random events. They are divine alignments. They are moments when preparation meets timing. They are intersections where heaven and earth meet in agreement. And those intersections are precise. If you arrive too early, you must wait. If you arrive too late, you must circle again. I do not want you circling again. There have been moments in your past when you hesitated. You felt my leading, but fear convinced you to pause. You sensed my direction, but doubt persuaded you to wait. And what happened? The opportunity shifted. The clarity faded. The door felt heavier. That was not punishment. That was timing moving forward without your agreement. Time moves whether you move or not. But alignment requires movement on your part. The clock is ticking because this is your alignment window. You prayed for change. You prayed for clarity. You prayed for breakthrough. Breakthrough does not always arrive with comfort. Sometimes it arrives with urgency. Certain seasons have window. Think of harvest. There is a time to plant. There is a time to water. There is a time to wait. But there is also a time to reap. If the harvest is ready and you do not gather it, it does not wait forever. It passes. It fades. It is lost. Not because I removed it, but because timing advanced. My child, you are standing in a harvest moment. Something you planted through prayer is ready. Something you built through endurance is ready. Something you prepared for through silent growth is ready. But harvest requires action. It requires stepping forward. It requires obedience. The clock is ticking not because I am impatient, but because seasons move forward. I do not freeze time for hesitation. I invite you into it. I prepare you for it. I call you at the right moment. But I will not force your agreement. Delay can cause misalignment. And misalignment does not mean I abandon you. It means you must wait for another cycle. It means lessons repeat. It means doors that could have opened now may open later after more preparation. I do not desire that for you. I desire forward movement. You feel the urgency because your spirit recognizes the shift. You sense that this is different from other moments. This is not casual conviction. This is not light suggestion. This is divine timing pressing gently but firmly against your heart. When I call, it is because the hour has come. There were times when you asked me to move faster. You prayed, Lord, when will it happen? You questioned my timing. But now that the moment is here, you must not retreat into caution. You must not hide behind comfort. You must not tell yourself there is more time than there truly is. Opportunities are time-sensitive because hearts are time-sensitive. Environments are time-sensitive. Circumstances are time-sensitive. I align people, places, and moments carefully. When they converge, that convergence is not random. It is sacred. But sacred intersections do not wait indefinitely. You are not being rushed into recklessness. You are being invited into obedience. The clock is ticking because clarity hath been given. Once clarity arrives, delay becomes resistance. Once you know what I am asking, postponing it no longer comes from confusion. It comes from fear. And fear steals timing. I do not want fear to steal this one. There is something specific I have been pressing on your heart. a conversation you must have, a habit you must release, a step you must take, a surrender you must make. You have known it quietly. You have sensed it deeply. This is the moment to act. When you act in divine timing, there is grace attached to it. Things align more smoothly. Doors open with less resistance. Peace confirms your movement. But when you wait beyond the appointed time, the same action may feel heavier later. Not because I left you, but because the window shifted. My child, I speak urgently because I love you. I do not want you to look back months from now and realize this was the moment you were meant to respond. I do not want you to revisit this lesson again because you delayed when grace was present. The clock is ticking, but grace is still here. The door is open, but it will not remain open forever. This is not about panic. It is about awareness. It is about honoring timing. Comment, you are holy and endlessly worthy, Lord, if He's captured your soul's adoration. You have asked for acceleration. Acceleration requires decisive action. You cannot step into speed while holding on to hesitation. You cannot enter new territory while clinging to old patterns. Time is moving. The season is shifting. The opportunity is present. When I call, act. When I stir, respond. When I open, walk. Do not wait for another sign. This is the sign. Do not wait for stronger emotion. Clarity is enough. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Courage moves despite fear. The clock is ticking because divine timing is precise. You are in the window now. Do not step out of it through delay. Step into it through obedience. Move while grace is active. Speak while the door is open. Surrender while conviction is strong. This moment matters. Respond. My child, I want you to see this clearly in your spirit. There is a door standing before you right now. It is not a wooden door. It is not something you can touch with your hands. It is a spiritual door. It is a door of grace. It is a door of restoration. It is a door of breakthrough, healing, and purpose. I opened it. I unlocked it. I placed it in your path. But listen carefully, this door will not stay open forever. I do not say this to frighten you. I say it to awaken you. Doors are powerful symbols in your life. A closed door means waiting. A locked door means preparation. But an open door means opportunity. An opportunity requires response. When I open a door, I am inviting you to move. I am signaling that the time has come. I am saying that what was once blocked is now accessible. But if you stand still too long, the moment can pass. Some doors are permanent, but some are seasonal. There are doors of mercy that remain wide for long periods. There are doors of learning that stay open while you grow. But there are also doors tied to timing. Doors connected to alignment. Doors that open when your preparation meets my appointed hour. And when that hour moves forward, the door does not remain in the same position. Right now, you are standing in front of such a door. It is a door of restoration for something that has been broken. It is a door of healing for something that has been hurting you quietly. It is a door of breakthrough in an area where you have felt stuck. It is a door of purpose that will lead you into deeper clarity. But you must walk through it. I will not push you through. I will not drag you through. I invite you through. If you ignore it, it will not stay open the same way. This is not punishment. This is principle. When I open a door, grace is attached to it. There is momentum available. There is clarity available. There is strength available. But if you delay, you may find that the same door feels heavier later. The same opportunity feels distant. The same breakthrough feels postponed. You have experienced this before. There were moments when I nudged you to forgive, but you waited. There were moments when I prompted you to speak, but you hesitated. There were moments when I opened a path, but fear held you back. And later, you felt regret. Not because I rejected you, but because timing shifted. The door I am speaking about now carries weight. It is not small. It is connected to the next season of your life. It is connected to the peace you have been praying for. It is connected to the freedom you have long desired. It is connected to alignment in areas that have felt unstable. My child, this door is open right now because your heart is ready enough to hear me. It is open because circumstances are aligned in ways you do not fully see. It is open because heaven has prepared this moment carefully. But heaven does not force entry. I respect your will. I wait for your agreement. You may feel afraid to step through. New doors often feel unfamiliar. They require leaving something behind. They require trusting me beyond what is visible. But understand this: what waits behind this door is not harm. It is growth. It is expansion. It is relief from cycles that have repeated too long. I open doors of grace when you are ready to receive it. I open doors of healing when you are ready to let go of the pain. I open doors of purpose when you are ready to stop hiding. But if you remain standing outside, holding on to hesitation, the moment does not freeze. The door will not slam shut suddenly. It will simply begin to close slowly as time advances. The urgency you feel now will soften. The conviction you feel now will fade. The clarity you feel now may become clouded. And you will wonder why the moment feels different later. It is because the window shifted. Responsibility is not pressure. It is awareness. I am calling you to awareness. To recognize that open doors are sacred. To understand that movement is required. You prayed for this. You asked me for a way forward. This is the way forward. You may be thinking, what exactly is this door? You know in your spirit. It may be the door of surrender in an area you have resisted. It may be the door of stepping out in faith. It may be the door of letting go of something unhealthy. It may be the door of reconciling a broken relationship. It may be the door of deeper commitment to me. Whatever it is, you feel it. Do not let fear disguise itself as wisdom. Do not let delay disguise itself as caution. Sometimes caution is necessary, but sometimes caution is simply comfort refusing to move. I am not threatening you. I am guiding you. I am not saying you will lose everything if you wait 1 hour. I am saying that spiritual timing matters. And when grace is active, it is wise to move. There are doors in your past that closed because the season ended. You remember them. Opportunities that once seemed bright but faded. Conversations that could have shifted things but were avoided. Commitments that required courage but were postponed. You felt the weight of those missed moments. I do not want that for you now. The door that stands before you leads into clarity. It leads into freedom from cycles that have drained you. It leads into a version of you that is stronger, more aligned, more at peace. but stepping through requires obedience. You cannot carry hesitation through an open door and expect full blessing. You must step with trust. You must move with agreement. My child, this is a sacred moment. The door is open. Grace is present. Clarity is strong. The stirring in your heart is real. Do not ignore it. Do not silence it. Do not scroll past it. You are not being rushed into danger. You are being invited into destiny. And destiny requires movement. The door will not stay open forever, not because I desire to close it, but because seasons advance. Timing moves. Alignment shifts. And I want you walking in step with me, not chasing after moments that have already passed. Stand aware. Stand responsible. Stand ready. The door is open. What? My child, this is not an accident. You did not stumble into this moment. You did not randomly hear these words. You did not simply scroll and land here by chance. I need you to silence every voice in your mind that is trying to reduce this to coincidence. I orchestrated this. I arranged this. I planned this exact second before you ever realized you would need it. You may think your actions brought you here. You may believe your curiosity led you to this message. But I was guiding you quietly. I was arranging circumstances. I was allowing delays, pauses, and interruptions so that you would arrive at this very point. Nothing about this is random. I do not work randomly in the lives of those I love. Before you were born, I knew this day would come. I knew there would be a moment when your heart would be tender enough to hear me clearly. I knew there would be a crossroads in your life where urgency would be necessary. I marked this moment long ago. I wrote it into your story. And now you are standing in it. Do not let doubt steal what I am confirming. The enemy wants you to believe this is general, that it is for someone else, that it does not apply specifically to you. But I am speaking directly to you. I know your name. I know your thoughts. I know the struggle you faced this week. I know the silent questions you asked in the dark. I know the fear you have not spoken aloud. And that is why this message found you. You did not find it. It found you. You prayed for clarity. You asked for direction. You whispered, "Lord, show me." And now that I am showing you, do not dismiss it. You asked for confirmation. You asked for a sign that I am near, that I am involved, that I have not forgotten you. This is confirmation. This is my voice cutting through the noise. There are billions of moments in your life that pass quietly. But this one carries weight. This one carries intention. This one carries divine orchestration. The timing is too precise. The stirring in your spirit is too strong. The alignment of circumstances is too specific to be chance. You may try to reason it away. You may say, maybe this is just a coincidence. But deep inside, you feel it. You know it is not random. There is a pull in your chest. There is a seriousness in your thoughts. There is a sense that something important is happening. That is my spirit confirming that this moment was arranged. I am not distant. I am involved. I am attentive. I am active in your life. I have been watching your journey carefully. I saw the delays. I saw the disappointments. I saw the internal battles you fought without telling anyone. and I knew there would come a time when I would speak clearly and urgently into your situation. This is that time. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not just another face in a crowd. I do not speak into the air. I speak into lives. And I am speaking into yours. Specifically, intentionally. This message is not generic. It is personal. It touches the very area you have been wrestling with. It speaks directly to the hesitation you have been carrying. It addresses the door you have been standing in front of. That is not coincidence. That is orchestration. I aligned this moment with your readiness. If you had encountered this message months ago, you might not have received it the same way. If you had heard these words at another time, they may not have felt urgent. But today, something inside you recognizes the weight of it. That is because today is aligned. Right, you are the anchor through every storm if His presence steadies your life. And share this video.